Hi guys, and welcome to day one of our 30-day challenge. We are going to be talking about fear today. I think it is pretty relevant considering everything that's going on right now, with everything in the media, news, all of that. It all seems to be a little bit of negative talk. We kind of just want to remove it all today. We do understand that this is uncertain times right now, and that's okay. That's it. This is what it is. We just have to deal with it, take it as it comes. We are also in the same positions as thousands of other people globally who have lost their jobs, and we are one of them. So all we're saying is that we can't control everything that's happening right now, but we understand the situation that everyone's going through too, and we just want to remove the fear from it. Our actions and our words have so much power, and I just think today we're going to come with you with this message. So, tip number one.
Awesome. Hi guys, so today we are talking about fear, what that looks like and how we feel as well too. As you can tell, Celeste and I are just being real, we're raw, we're just sort of, out of uniform, shall I say. To be honest with you, we're at home as well too. First thing I want to tap on is about awareness, okay? Before we talk about overcoming the fear and stuff, you have to be aware. What I did notice on the news last night is that they were putting a lot of fear into people, saying we are coming into depression. People are going to start, thinking all these things in their head. They're going to, they're already putting fear in your mind to think that you should be getting depressed with what's going on. The truth is that, fear is an emotion, and it's okay that it's an emotion to feel. The thing is when it comes to fear, there is also attached thoughts and feelings to that as well too. So we want you guys to try and think about it, that because there's those thoughts and feelings attached to it, if it is an emotion, it's something that we can change, something that we can work on when it comes to fear. And I guess, if anything, is just working out the awareness of experiencing these feelings, and that it is okay to feel this way, more than anything. The next topic we wanted to jump onto,
identifying it. Get specific about what exactly you're afraid of. That can be anything. Right now, obviously, with everything that's happening, loss of job, not being able to leave your home, all of these things can be identified and can be something that you are afraid of. It doesn't matter what it is, but right now you just need to identify what your fear is and work on it. That's pretty much it, I think. It says here that we need to pay attention to the pictures that we have in our head about the situation, what is happening in them, what are you really scared of, and become an observer of your own inner space. I think we just need to protect ourselves and our area that we're in, and just make sure that it's keeping calm. Breathing is really important. I know that some people can think it's a little bit hippy-dippy, if you like to say, but it's free and you can do it wherever you are. So it's a technique that I think is really important for us to be able to be with our own thoughts, and this is exactly what this time is creating, is actually learning to be with yourself. A lot of people can't do that. You just need to eliminate the fear from it. Put yourself out there, put it what it is, say it, leave it, move on from it. As soon as you identify it, I think it removes it. I mean, for myself, weighing in on the scales were a thing that I would never share my weight ever, because that's just embarrassing, or it creates a lot of fear that I should be smaller than that, or whatever that may be. I just think I identified it, I put it out there for everyone to see, and it doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't have a hold over me, and that's just one instance, and you can just use that in any other way that you prefer, depending on your circumstances and things. But everyone's like afraid of the scale, and I don't have it anymore. It's just like whatever, it's just a number.
That's a good example.
Yeah.
So the next one we're going to touch on is curiosity. Curiosity may have killed the cat. It certainly won't do any harm when investigating your own fears. Totally agree. Get curious about generating your thoughts and writing them down, So, where do you feel the fear? That's a great question. How do you react to fear? What color does it look like? Can you visualize these things in your head if you have time, when you have time on your own to sit down to think about these things, and be an observer of what your behaviors are, your mindset, where that goes, and when you're actually really aware and you're present with these things, you can actually write all these down and understand what does trigger you.
What are your triggers?
What are your triggers?
Use this method in so many other areas of life.
Just now.
I was like, what are you lacking right now? It's such a good question, because this is a time to use it wisely. If we are all forced into isolation because of what is happening right now, you don't have lack of time. I think we all say we can't eat healthy because I don't have enough time to make this, and I can't come to the gym because I don't have time. Well, we'll be creating a lot of time for you and a lot of things you can do in that time to use it very wisely. So whatever you want to do, if that's a business you're wanting to create, if that's a goal that you're wanting to achieve and you haven't had time because of work, this is a great time to do it. Find what you're lacking and make a plan to work towards it. When you center yourself in the now and you realize that everything is how it is, you accept it and you use it to your advantage.
Definitely.
You don't look at this as a negative time. Just use it.
Knowing your body. Breathing.
Yeah, breathing, knowing what you're doing and feeling yourself. And I just think it's really important, and just being present in your situation. And if anything is overwhelming you, it's okay to say to someone, I just need a second, I just need a hot minute. Yeah, it's okay to say that to people as well. I think we're always trying to people please, and
we do.
This is not a time to try and people please when it comes to living in a space that's isolating. So
that's exactly right.
Being honest is really important to yourself and to the people around you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Journaling. So, getting all your fears down on paper. So there might be a lot of people out there already do this. They probably already have a journal. They journal about their life, their feelings. They might write letters to people. There's so many ways people can communicate.
Definitely.
And you know what? That's fine. We accept you for that. All I'm saying is, if you're not a journaler, you should try journaling. It's great. Get it on paper. Write those things down. Look over it, And when you get caught up in the endless loops of these negativity things, it can lead further and further down a rabbit hole, and it can create a lot of misery in your life. 100%. So when you're looking at these things and the way that you're feeling when you write them down, it actually helps you realize, where is your headspace with this? Are you continuously...
What are you giving your power to?
That's right. What are you giving your power to? Is it all this negative stuff that's coming out? If so, with journaling, it's definitely going to help you bring it back to more of a positive space, and also a positive space where you can then deal with certain fears in your life, which is what we're discussing.
Yeah, 100%. I think that this would be a good point as well to make, is that if you can, I'd love it if you guys could leave down in the comment sections 3 things that you're grateful for in this time, and something that you can make in something positive. I want you to hold on to it. Is it that you still do have a job right now? Is it that you do have a roof over your head? Is it that you do have food in your cupboards right now? Because these are essential things that we need, and people don't have right now. So if we can just leave anything down below, and that would be fantastic in that comment section. I just think let's light it up with some positivity and some brightness, and bring the light back into a space that's feeling so dark right now. Talking is a no-brainer. Obviously, we're doing it now, and I think we're opening up a lot of communication too. And I think that's what we want. We want this to be an open space for you guys to be able to talk about what's going on, what are your fears, and what can we do to work together to create a more positive space. How often do we hold the negative in because we are afraid of how others might react? And that's exactly, it's so true. And that's why I'm saying, if you've got anything you're afraid of right now, leave it in the comment section below. Say now, are you let it go? Say it. You're letting it go, because I think it's really important to state it, accept it, move on, right?
Totally.
There's nothing that we can really do more than what we've been told to do. Take back the control that we do have. I think that's what is really important. But avoid drowning in self-pity. It's obvious.
Choose the right people you talk to, and who you surround yourself with as well. Like, now apparently we can't even come together at people's houses. They're saying that's a big no-no. So make sure the people that you are talking to, if it is via the phone or you're Skyping or Zooming or whatever it is, just make sure you've got those positive people around in your life that are lifting you up, not bringing you down.
I know that sometimes in the living space that we're into, we might not actually be very happy with the people that are in our homes at that time. So having a community like we're trying to create here in this time can be a really great outlet for you.
And also just bringing this all to perspective as well too, looking at the bigger picture. And realizing that we're the one that actually creates a bigger deal, when really, look, it is a big deal that we're going through, but the more you emphasize on creating that in your head, instead of just going, you know what, this is what's happened. This is the perspective of life. Okay, we're all dealing with this. We're all going through it. So you know what? I'm just going to accept it. I'm going to accept for where we are, what we're doing. You know, there's many of other things that could have happened, and there's always that impossible thoughts that come in and out of our head for the future as well too, with putting certain things in our head. And you know what? We're not psychics, so we don't really want to read your minds. If anything, we just want to help you guys be able to push through, like we're trying to help ourselves, you know, on a daily basis, but keeping it as real as we possibly can, because we need to keep this communication open within our community, whether it's our gym community, whether it's, you know, other sources that we've got going on. It's important to pull together. This is the best time for it.
Positivity is where it's at. I mean, this is what we can actually create. It doesn't cost anything. Being positive about a situation that isn't so. We are the ones that control the way we react to our circumstances, right? So if you want to continue to be like uplifting and come up above it, I think this is the way to do it. Staying positive whenever fear strikes. We can flip it over. Everything that we can do, we can flip it over. Okay, right, we're in isolation. What are we going to do about it? Well, let's create some content. Let's work together to build something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Use the time. Let's clear out our wardrobes and let's you know what I mean?
Spend more time with our kids, more
Yes.
family time, you know, making those things.
Exactly.
Because we were so rushed all the time, and we're always
being forced to slow down.
That's right. So embrace
Embrace it. Yes.
and surrendering. This is probably the biggest thing. So we're talking about what's going on, but what we actually really have to do is we have to surrender this. So we don't want to have a hold on us. So the more, that's right, the more that we actually realize this is a reality, and we tell ourselves that this is reality, and we let go of it, and instead of trying to be a control freak or control these situations, which we can't. You know, surrender and say it that you're going to embrace it. You know, whether you love being down the water and you're surfing all the time, or you love being at home reading a book, embrace this time,
because something big is going to happen. Something bigger than what this is.
Definitely.
It's going to be huge, and it's going to be amazing. Whatever comes after this is going to be incredible, more than what we could ever have imagined. Pretty much what it's saying is that everyone needs to learn to slow down, because everything's going to go
Exactly.
It's gonna be like a rebirth almost, you know. So embrace this time, learn to be within yourself,
find the peace, and
really
you know, we're not giving up on life. We're simply just stopping things for now, trying to get rid of any negative thinking, and we're just going to try not to control everything right now, and that is okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. We hope you guys have been enjoying this, and we just want to finish with one last thing, which I think is really powerful, and I'm going to get Celeste to finish it off.
So it says here, I can't wait for a year's time, when all of this is a distant memory and there is Corona baby boom because all the lovers were loving. And there is a rise in small businesses because all the entrepreneurs had a moment of stillness and creativity. And all the children remember nothing but a time when all mums and dads were at home and drawing and playing board games. And we remember it is a time we all got to stop and just be present. We will remember the time our health was our first priority, and people learnt new ways to use fresh produce and feed their families, and we were all forced to think outside the box and dream up new things. And to reinvent old ways, and for once, even amongst the chaos, there was community. There was a global rise in togetherness, and streets were quiet, but our homes were bustling and with love and laughter. That time is coming. Soon, just like other crises before, this will all be a distant memory, a thing we soon listen to our children discuss in the classrooms. It once was that we share with our grandbabies. So to you, I know it's unsettling, but focus on the silver lining. We are in this together, and there is so much beauty in it. So let's see it. We want to create this. This is beautiful, this time. This is what we need. I think everyone needs to learn to slow down, be present, and I think this is 100% so true. It's going to create amazing memories. We're living in history right now. We're living in history. This is going to be history. Our children, our grandchildren are all going to be talking about this, and we're living it right now. So make the most of it. Yeah. I mean, make it a positive thing. Like, let's not have to look back on this and see it as how ugly it's being presented as, because it is. That's the reality of it. But we can change the way we think about it. So we can make the most of it, and that's what we plan on doing with this 30-day challenge. But I think that's pretty much it, yeah?
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening in, and we hope that you guys got a lot out of this. Yep, but that was just number one.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Definitely.
It was really, really fun to make, and I think it's definitely giving us a new perspective for us as well, even just reading through it. That's awesome.
Bye.
Bye, guys.